guys, welcome to day 6 of the 7-day book writing challenge. So I hope that you've been continuing on with your progress. I know that your books are definitely coming together, and today I want to talk to you about something extremely important. This is something that you are definitely going to have to consider as you are publishing your book. Today we're going to be talking about the benefits of traditional publishing versus self-publishing. So first, let's kind of talk about traditional publishing. The first thing that you want to know about traditional publishing is that, first of all, most traditional publishers are going to want you to submit your proposals or your actual manuscripts through a book agent. Now, that means seem a little bit harsh, but actually it's for their own protection, because if they produce the book and it ended up being something similar to what you wrote, you can actually sue them. So because of that, a lot of publishers won't even allow you to send in your own manuscripts. So you have to kind of go through a book agent. The second thing that you want to know about traditional publishing is that they have to pretty much choose you. Publishing companies receive thousands and thousands of submissions every single day. Waiting on a publisher to choose you can be a long, hard waiting game. I completed my book about 2.5 years ago, and there was a really good friend of mine who wrote her book around the same time. We were writing at the same time. We were writing partners, and she wanted to go the traditional publishing route, which completely makes sense if that's for you. And 2.5 years later, she's still trying to get a publisher. So it becomes a really, really, really long waiting game. Thirdly, here's something that is great about doing a traditional publisher. With a traditional publisher, generally you're going to get a lot more exposure. You'll be able to get in national bookstores. You actually have a marketing team sometimes working for you. So that actually kind of helps to launch you. However, with the way that things have changed in the last few years or so, when I talk to my friends who have gone through traditional publishers, most of them will say most of the marketing you still have to do on your own. So it is something to consider. You have a team behind you, but at the end of the day, a lot of times you are pushing your own book, because at the end of the day, no one's going to push your work the way that you would. Now, you do get a team behind you, but there is a price. There's always a price to pay. For first-time authors, it's very, very rare that you will see somebody get a book contract. But if you are lucky enough to get that contract and you're getting, upfront money for your book, one of the things that you have to understand is all of those marketing services, all of the people they have working for you, all of that comes out of that money. And so a lot of times within your contract, before you can even make money, you have to pay back the publishing company. For instance, I was recently speaking with somebody who did get a publishing contract, a pretty big publishing contract, but the thing about the contract was that she had to sell 100,000 books first. All of that went to the publishing company, and then she would make 50 cents per book. It's almost like, why, but she wanted the notoriety of being published by an actual publishing company, which if that's for you, then that's for you. Now, on the flip side of the coin, there is also self-publishing, which I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I absolutely love. I think, especially if you're a first-time author, I believe that it is the way to go. As always, I always tell you, do your own research. But these are 3 reasons why I really, really, really love self-publishing. Number 1, you are in control of your own destiny. Many authors, even people that are well known now, are now going the self-publishing route because they want to be more in control of their own work. I remember reading that Eric LaSalle, and this man's been on television shows, he's been in movies, and when he got ready to do his book, he decided, I want to be self-published, because he wanted to be able to control his work. Editors were telling him, oh, take this out, take that out. And he said, you know what, I believe in the work that I'm doing. I believe in the story that I'm telling. I'm going to publish it the way that I want to publish it. Brendon Burchard, also very well-known speaker, he's spoken out very recently about the joys of self-publishing, and he's a New York Times bestseller, so he's been through with major publishers, and with his last book, he decided, I'm going to self-publish, because they just weren't getting on board with how he wanted to represent his brand. So you are definitely in control when your book comes out. You know how much you will earn, and you get to promote it in the way that you want to promote it. Number 2, Self-publishing is a great way to build your business and to get the attention of traditional publishers if you want to continue writing books. So if you're creating a book to show the world your expertise, or if you're doing it as a way to just kind of beginning to build your brand, this is a wonderful way to set yourself up as an authority in your field, okay? People want to hear what you have to say. You want to be in the media? Well, one of the best ways to do that is to go ahead and start giving advice through your book. So self-publishing is a great way to build a business if you have something else that you're trying to promote. Once you've then established a following, I mean, my goodness, you're an expert. It becomes easier and easier and easier to get a traditional publishing deal, and that deal will be better for you. It will work in your favor. And don't think that just because you self-publish, it doesn't mean that you can't take that same book and then take it and publish it through a traditional publishing company. You can do that. Ever heard of Velveteen Rabbit? That's how that book was published. One of the most famous books in the world. Number 3, the third reason why I believe that you should consider self-publishing is because right now, right here, it is easier than ever to get your book published through a self-publishing platform. There are several different companies, and I do list them in the Ultimate Authors resource. So you want to make sure that if you haven't gotten a chance to download that you do download that information, because it literally lists all the different companies in there and why I think they're good over other companies. There's so many companies, and they make it so easy. Most of the companies, they offer book covers, they offer editing, they offer formatting, anything that you're going to need to make your book happen. They make it easy, and step by step, all you have to do is click a button. It's really, really easy. And although, you may not necessarily always be able to get into those traditional bookstores, most self-publishing companies now have a link to Amazon, which is where most people buy books anyway. Most people buy books online so that they're delivered right to their homes. Most of the companies are also connected with barnesandnoble.com. So like my book is featured on barnesandnoble.com. So there's so many different options when you look into self-publishing. So like I said, I think that if you're really serious about getting your book out, think about traditional publishing. Look at everything. Look at the different companies out there. Look who you might be interested in working with. But don't forget about the self-publishing companies either, because self-publishing, like I said, I really and truly believe it is the way to go. I hope this information was really helpful to you, and please make sure that you tune in for tomorrow's video, because tomorrow's video is going to kind of close everything out. It's going to also show you how you can continue on in this process. It's going to show you how you can become an author this year, right here, right now. Thanks guys, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.